In the previous unit, we worked with words and phrases that answered the when, where, and how questions. Words that answer these questions are adverbs. They add to the verb by telling us more about the action in the sentence. Remember, when we used single words, they often ended in ly. We worked with phrases or groups of words that also answered these questions. These all started with prepositions. Remember, prepositions are words like in, on, by, and for. Here's the sentence we used in the last unit to help us demonstrate if a word was a preposition. The rabbit hopped blank the log. Think of this sentence and fill in the missing word when you need a preposition. The preposition plus the log makes a prepositional phrase. In this activity, you will sort adverbs and prepositional phrases based on the questions they answer. Turn to page 129 in your student books. Read the passage. Decide if the underlined words and phrases tell when, where, or how. Write the words or phrases in the correct column. Jazz is a popular style of music in Louisiana. Let's look at that first sentence. The phrase in Louisiana is our prepositional phrase. Now, does it tell when, where, or how something is done? It tells where something is done, in Louisiana. Let's look at the next sentence. Thankfully, there are many local musicians who play. Thankfully is our adverb, and it's underlined in this sentence. Let's look at our choices. Would thankfully answer when, where, or how? Well, it doesn't tell us a time or a place, so it won't be when or where, so it must be how. So we're going to write thankfully in the how column. I want you to go ahead and complete the rest of the passage looking at and marking in the correct columns where each phrase belongs. I'm going to hand out to you green, yellow, and pink highlighters. Knowing how to write a well-developed paragraph is a foundational skill on which you can build an elaborate report or a simple response. I want you to turn to page 70 in your student books. In the previous unit, we worked on various patterns for writing topic sentences. We also pulled information from the text that supported the topic sentence. Our focus in this unit will be on strengthening our skills of elaboration. Good writing contains interesting and relevant facts, details, and examples. Elaborations are connected to supporting details and make our writing interesting. So let's look at page 70. I'm going to read the supporting details and the elaboration from The Benefits of Exercise. One benefit is that exercise improves people's health. Now that's a supporting detail. But let's look at the next sentence. It makes the heart, lungs, bones, and muscles stronger and keeps people at a healthy weight. That sentence is an elaboration. Do you think that information is relevant and supportive to the previous supporting detail sentence? Now let's look at the next supporting detail. Exercise is also good for the mind. And now its elaboration. It makes people feel better about themselves and calms them down when they are angry or stressed. Is that elaboration relevant and supportive to the supporting detail? We have three kinds of elaborations. We have explanations that explain something that is presented in the supporting details, examples, which are examples of something in the supporting details, and evidence that backs up the supporting detail. So let's look at the board. We have a supporting detail sentence. Although it was invented in America, jazz music is popular all over the world. An example sentence for this would be jazz musicians from India, Africa, Europe, and the Americas can be heard on satellite radio. A piece of evidence would be in Bangladesh, 1 million jazz albums were purchased in 2012. An explanation could be the sounds of jazz are appreciated by many different cultures. Now turn to page 130 in your student books. We have the topic sentence and the supporting details for a paragraph about smoking. We also have a list of elaborations that match the supporting details, but the E's or elaborations are out of order. We have to determine which elaborations go with which supporting detail. I'm going to read the paragraph frame aloud. Then I'm going to read the list of possible E's or elaborations aloud, and we're going to work together to choose the correct elaborations. You will then write the elaborations on the page. Smoking causes a number of problems. First, smoking pollutes the air that others breathe. Second, smoking can be a fire hazard. Third, smoking can cause illness. Smoking is a dangerous habit. Now let's look at our elaboration. For example, it causes lung cancer. Smoke that affects other people is called secondhand smoke. Smoking also caused 3 of the worst wildfires in California between 1929 and 1999. Secondhand smoke can harm the health of those around the person who is smoking. It is also a major cause of heart disease. Smoking is the leading cause of fire deaths. So now we're going to work together to complete this activity. When all sentences have been placed within the paragraph, go back and highlight the topic sentence and concluding sentence, green, and the supporting details in yellow, and circle the transition words. Finally, you're going to highlight the elaborations in pink.